Fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me that my Lady Olivia did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus close that should she fancy it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on't? To be Count Malvolio. There is example for it. The Lady of the Strachey married the Yeoman of the Wardrobe. Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state, calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I have left Olivia sleeping, and then to have the humour of state, and with a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place as I would they should do theirs, to call for my kinsman Toby. 7 of my men, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown the while, and perchance wind up my watch or play with some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me. I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control, saying, Toby, my fortune having cast me on your niece, give me this prerogative of speech. You must amend your drunkenness. And besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight, one Sir M. What employment have we here? By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her C's, her U's, and her T's. And thus makes she her great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand. To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, her very phrases. By your leave, wax, soft, and the impressure of her Lucrece with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be? Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know, no man must know. What follows? The number's altered, no man must know. If this should be the Malvolio. I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see. I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her, she is my lady. Why, this is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. And the end. What should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me. Softly. M-O-A-I. M. Malvolio. N. Why, that begins my name, M. But then there is no consonancy in the sequel. That suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does, and then I comes behind. M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former, and yet, to crush it a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. Soft, here follows more prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity, she advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell. She that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point devise the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites me to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg for being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits that are of her liking. I thank my stars, I am happy. I will be stout, strange, in yellow stockings, and cross-gartered with the very swiftness of putting them on. Jove and my stars be praised. Here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well, and therefore in my presence still smile, dear my sweet. I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.